Hello, once again, to other deep dungeon dive, our triple D here. And today we're going to be talking about the drop or the monsters that have came out with the drop system. Some of them are elemental-esque and some of them are celestial. So we're going to go ahead, go crazy because we got a lot of monsters to go through for these past two drops. And we're going to see what they are. So right here, what we have is the Ice Elemental. This is it's supposed to be a large, so that's going to be a 2 by 2, so it's going to be this size compared to the party. It has 102 health and a 15 AC. It has a speed of 30 and then a swim of 30 as well, so that's pretty cool. It can be like an iceberg. You can use this, I think they can use this in a lot of scenarios. There's not a lot of creatures I feel like that are in the snow or cold, so this is a perfect creature to throw in there. 30 feet's not too much, but the swim speed's going to be pretty cool. Look like a glacier. I think that's awesome. As resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. It's immune to cold, poison, exhaustion, paralyzed, poison, and being unconscious. And petrified. As dark vision, that's pretty cool. It's a CR6. So I don't know. If there's a party of four, I'd throw this at them at level probably level 4, level 3. If I wanted it to be like a really big boss, not a boss, but like a thing for them to fight and be like more challengeful. I say that more for some of the stuff. So some of these traits that this thing has is aversion to fire. If the elemental takes fire damage, it pierces from the trait, doesn't function on the next turn, and has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the end of its next turn. So if any of the party members here, which some of these people are gonna have like firebolt or maybe even I don't know, none of these would have fireball, but there's different ways to do fire damage that this guy becomes weaker, and one of its attacks becomes weaker, so that's interesting. It has piercing form. At the start of each of its turns, the elemental deals 1d10 piercing damage to any creature within 5 feet of it. So if this creature wants to be right up against everyone, you know, if people are melee attacking it, this creature is going to go ahead and do a d10 of piercing damage to them. So that's going to be pretty cool. It's a multi-attack. It can do two Ice Claw attacks. So Ice Claw has a +7 to hit. And it does 2d6 for slashing and 2d6 cold. So that's a pretty decent amount of damage. And then it has a recharge action, which is Shard Spray. It's a dexterity save of 14. Each creature within a 60-foot cone. A 60-foot cone is nothing to joke about. I mean, there's going to be a lot of creatures next to you. If you are playing this, but a 60-foot cone, I mean, that's pretty big. That could get the whole party if you are playing in the right direction here. 60-foot cone will get everyone there. So 60-foot cone, if a failure, they're gonna take 2d10 piercing damage and then 3d6 cold damage. And the creature's speed is reduced by 10 feet until the end of its next turn. So, and if it's successful, it's going to be half amount of damage, and the reduction of the movement doesn't work. I like this. I think it's cool. I think it's always nice having elemental creatures. I'd probably give this a like a like a 6. It's good. I like it. It's fine. There's nothing crazy about it. Is it above average though? Actually, I take that back. I'm gonna put this as a 5. It's average. It's fine. It's good. 5 out of 10 doubloons. That's my answer. Alright, so we got a other monster here. This is a magma elemental. It's a large, so it's a 2 by 2. AC of 13, initiative 2, and HP is the same amount, so it's 102 as well. This has a burrow speed, so it can dig underground, which is really neat. I like that. Magma doesn't really scream like go underground, but I can see it. I like that, and it has a normal walking speed of 30. So that's going to come in handy. I like that. It is resistance to bludgeoning, cold, piercing, and slashing, and it's immune to fire, poison, exhaustion, grappled, paralyzed, petrified, poison, prone, restrained, and unconscious. So this is it's resistant to a lot of things. This thing is going to be a fearsome tank to deal with. It has 60 foot dark vision, so that's nice. And it is a CR6, so the same thing. Aversion Aversion to cold, it's the same thing. So if it takes cold damage, its movement is reduced by 10 by the end of its turn, and its heat aura doesn't function on its next turn. Okay, that's interesting. So you want to hit him with cold damage, makes sense. Um, so he has Earth's Passage. The elemental can burrow through non-magical, unworked Earth. And the stone leaves a 5-foot diameter tunnel in its wake. I love this. So what you could do with this, right, is you could have, saying, the town, there's rumbles underneath it and all this. Obviously, the party's gonna be like, oh man, I wonder what this is. They're gonna look for tunnels that are maybe warm and are maybe covered in lava or magma or like obsidian. That'd be cool. I like this. I like this so far. Okay, so Earth Passage. That's cool. Um, at the end of each of the turn, holy Christ! At the end of each of the elemental's turn, each creature within a 5-foot emanation or originating from the elemental takes 2d7 fire damage. So I would have that at, like, to be honest, at 10. But the 5 is good. So anyone, it's like the cold, but it's gonna be 2d6. So that's a little bit better than the 1d10 in my opinion, and in fire damage as well. So that's nice. It has a multi-attack, so it has Burning Slam, which is a +7. It has a reach of 10 feet. That's awesome, actually. So, having a fighter over here, whatever, or a ranger's a little further away, all you have to do is move like that, and that's a little far. But you know what I mean. You can hit further away. 2d6 plus 5 bludgeoning damage and 2d6 of fire damage. I like that. That's good. And then it has a recharge on a 2 and a 6. It has something called rolling lava. It's a dex save. Each creature within a 20-foot sphere centered at a point that the elemental can see within 100 feet. So this is going to be like a fireball. I'm pretty sure. So, it's going to be boop, boop. And then from him, right here, this elemental. So we can measure it out to 120 feet. That's 65 feet. So the 65 feet, and then it's going to be a 20-foot sphere. So, like, let's just say that hits like 3 targets, and let's see, they all make a dex save, and then they take 4d8 fire damage, which is like a little bit less than a fireball. Fireball is what, 5d6? So I mean, you can argue if that's more or less, or if you like it more or less. I like it. I like this a little bit more than the ice elemental. I think it has a little bit more character. You could do a little bit more with it. That's just my opinion. So I'm gonna say this is a 6. Nothing too crazy. I like it. I actually like how it looks too. If I like zoom in a little bit more, like, it looks menacingly. It's pretty scary looking. So yeah, this gets a 6 doubloons out of 10. All right. So right here we have the Mud Elemental. Again, this is part of the drop system. This is going to be a large elemental, so it's 2x2. Again, like every other creature here. It does have an AC of 14 and then HP of 82. But it does have a better speed, so it's a 40 speed and it has 40 swim. You're gonna put this like in a bog, a sewage system, a swamp. A bog and a swamp are pretty much the same thing. A river. There's a lot of places where you could put this creature at. I think that's what I like. But it is resistance to bludgeoning, cold, fire, piercing, slashing, poison, or sorry, it's immune to poison, exhaustion, grapple, paralyzed, poison, prone, restrained, and unconscious. As 60-foot dark vision, like all the others, and it has mud form. The elemental can move through spaces as narrow as 1 foot without expending any extra movement. I think this is cool because what you can have it do is that means that you can go through players without any problem. So that's cool. You can get through doors if players are trying to escape. A 1 foot door though, like a door that has like a gap of 1 foot is not seen. I think it could be helpful in certain situations as the creature anyways. So that's interesting. It has aversion to cold and heat. So if the elemental takes cold damage or fire damage, the speed becomes 0, and it can't use engulf until the end of its next action. We'll get to that. However, a creature grappled by the elemental has disadvantage on ability checks made to escape the grapple by the time as well. Okay. Interesting. So this thing suffers from cold and fire damage, which is interesting. Its actions, it has it can make two attacks using Sticky Slam, and it has a reach of 10 feet, a +7 to hit, and it does 2d6 plus 4 of bludgeoning damage, so no extra damage there. It has a other action called Jet, which looks like a range attack. Yeah, it's a range attack. It's a +7, range 60. Range 60 is going to be pretty good to have on this creature here. And I have the freaking circle 60 here. So 60 feet. That's gonna be pretty good, if I say to myself. And it does 2d8 plus 4 of bludgeoning damage as well. And if the target is a large or smaller creature, it becomes prone. So that's gonna be really cool to shoot someone. And also, you with the multi-attack, you either do two, you make two attacks, any combo of Sticky Slam and Jet. So you could, if you want to, hit the cleric with a Jet. Right? They're prone. You go up to them and you got advantage on them on your melee attack, which is Sticky Slam. That's really cool. Good combo. Or if you want to play more range, you can shoot them. That's awesome. I like that. And then this does have a bonus action. So it has a strength saving throw, the DC being 15, on a medium or smaller creature within 10 feet of it. The target is pulled into the elemental space. Uh, my mic kind of cut out there. But until the grapple ends, the target is blinded, restrained in conditions, and it takes 3d6 of bludgeoning damage at the start of each of its turns. That's actually kind of crazy. That's really good. When the elemental moves, it grapples the target, moves with it, costing no extra movement. The elemental can have up to two creatures grappled at the same by this bonus action at a time. Okay, I like this more than I think I like this as much as the fire or the magma elemental, to be honest. So it's a six. It's a 6 out of 10 for me. I like that has the bonus action. I like that has the two different moves that you can combine. Um, I like its movement speed, 40. That's pretty cool. I just like it. I wish I had a little bit more health, but 82 is still good. You could throw this against a party of level 3s, level 2s, and they'll have some fun. Maybe throw two of these guys at them. Not the same level party I just mentioned, but I like this. Mud Elemental for the win. So we have the Smoke Elemental, which is a large. It has AC of 15 and Initiative 5, HP of 78, and it has a 20-foot speed and then a 20-foot fly speed. Oh, sorry, it has a 90-foot fly speed and it could hover. That's really cool. 90 is crazy. There's not a lot of things that give you 90 movement. This thing is going to go crazy running past. Its stats are not the best, but you guys can see that there. It's resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. It's immune to fire, poison, exhaustion, grapple, paralyzed, petrified, poisoned, prone, restrained, and unconscious. It's dark vision, same as other ones. It has a version of wind. If the elemental starts its turn within a strong wind, such as created as gust of wind spell, it makes a DC con save. On a failed save, the elemental is incapacitated condition until the end of its turn. So that's interesting. I like that. I know there's the new cantrip Elementalist. I wonder if that would do anything with to it, but it's saying a spell, so I'm assuming it has to be a little bit stronger and with some more pushback. That could be fun to play with your DM though. I like that. It has smoke form. The elemental can enter a creature's space and stop there. It can't. It can move through the space as narrow as 1 inch without expending any extra movement. So this thing is going to be kind of scary to get through. I feel like this is like if you had like a elemental, I don't know, like boss creature, like this is the creature that's going to send after your party or something. That doesn't make it. I don't know if that makes any sense. Anyways, maybe you have like a witch, and the witch makes this, and it's like go grab the party out of their beds, and this is what you send, a fast thing that can go through inches of whatever. I like that. It does have a multi-attack, so it has a smoky tendril. That's kind of goofy. It has a +8 and a 15-foot reach, which I like. That is really cool. Pretty much, if it's standing here, it can like attack any of these creatures here. And it has a +8 to hit, and it does 1d6 plus 5 bludgeoning damage plus 1d4 fire damage. The damage is not there. Has a higher chance to hit and can hit further. But if it does hit, the target has the blinded condition until the end of the turn. That's kind of crazy. So I'm assuming like it hits the target. That's 20 feet, but like right, okay, 20 feet. Oh wait, I guess it depends on the square that I aim this at. But it can hit this creature, hits them, and then they're blinded. I like that. That's really cool. That's really cool. As a bonus action, they have Excessivenation. Sorry, guys. It has a recharge of a 4 or 6, and it has a con saving throw. One creature in an elemental space, so you would have to kind of jump like kind of in here, but you could do this every turn. It's a bonus action. But they can make a con save. A failure on a DC on a 12. One creature, element of space, a failure takes 46 fire damage. The target gains a level of exhaustion. The level of exhaustion gained from this bonus action can be removed after 1 minute. All right. So this is crazy. This guy is kind of everywhere. I'm probably gonna put him in the same aspects. I kind of like him than the other two, but if I had to put it like a 6.5 to 7, but I'm gonna say a 6. Um, I like it. I think it's pretty cool. I think having all these elemental creatures are really cool. I kind of wish they were more base gamed instead of a drop, because I don't know. I feel like a lot of people would like these, like in a book of some kind. But I'm happy they're here, obviously. Um, yeah, I think they're cool. I rated them pretty meh because they're fine. They're cool. They're awesome to have. I think low parties are gonna have fun. I think throwing a bunch of like these smoke guys are gonna be really cool at a party of 5. Like, and they're like level 6 or something. Just throw like 3 of these guys there, and it's gonna cause some chaos. But I like them. I like most of them. Yeah. Um, if I had to change anything, I feel like I would make this guy. Sorry, I had to sneeze. I'd probably make this guy maybe a size bigger, and maybe some of the other ones too, just to have that big elemental like creature here. They are large, so it kind of gives off that vibe, and I love the art on all of them. Um, but I think they are. I think they're pretty balanced, and I like them. I like them a lot. That's all I gotta say. It's just my opinion. But you tell me your opinion. Do you think they're stronger than they should be? Do you think me matching up with a certain party is kind of eh? You tell me in the comments. I would appreciate your feedback. But I hope you have a wonderful day. Everything goes well. And this is going to be part 1. There's going to be a second part that's talking about the other half of these monsters. And we'll see them then. But thank you for watching. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and everything goes well. And we'll see you later. Bye-bye.